according to J. Ruiz Kakalas sa kaniyang kumpanya, according to the palace. And COMELEC validated election-related violent incidents at 29. Arnie Teves still in Timor, according to Timor-Leste, says DOJ's Remulla. And person of interest in Maguindanao's del Sur Vice Mayor shooting identified, according to COMELEC. Mukhang atong latest headlines sa atong mga news outfits all over the country with your host. My name is Jiggy Juice and you're listening to Top of the Morning News Bites. According to ABS-CBN, sa pag-asa, warm and dry season possible by mid-March until April. Sugod nag-init. Heat wave shuts down schools in nearly half of Manila. And PCO studying creation of government body to regulate social media. According to the DOJ, studying amendments by cyber libel law to counter fake news. According to Remulla, DOJ, DSWD team up on 10,000 peso aid for indigents legal court procedures. Immigration Bureau to launch system versus potential security threats. And Manila government confirms donation of motorbikes from alleged Chinese spies, denies further encounters with donors. PNPA KG gets new OIC after chief relieved in questions on abducted teens rescue. And according to the LTO enforcers in viral Panglao incident, he has been sacked. 9:35. You're listening to Top of the Morning News Bites with your host. My name is Jiggy Juice. According to Inquirer.net, the Department of Health warns versus heat-related illnesses amid high heat index. And according to Philbox, they logged 2 Mayon rockfall events. Nearly 110,000 businesses name registrations renewals filed in February. And the Dutertes diverting attention away from OVP fund misuse, according to Ortega. And special session on VP Duterte impeachment trial now off Escudero's table. And COMELEC says over 76% of ballots for 2025 have already been printed. And according to the COMELEC, PNP's Oplan Katok presumed suspended during poll period. And according to Camille Villar, is an advocate for greater opportunities for women. Rather, she is an advocate for greater opportunities for women. According to the palace, Pogo ban major factor in Philippine exit from FATF gray list. And the government urged to increase patrols in the West Philippine Seas after China's claim in Palawan. Chinese factories see improved orders as importers rush to beat the tariffs. And Japan deploys nearly 1,700 firefighters to tackle forest blaze. You're listening to Top of the Morning News Bites. Atong mga headlines, atong mga different news outfits all over the country. According to the HFMD, cases triple. Or rather, according to the DOH, HFMD cases triple. And the Philippines raises 22 billion pesos in T-bill auction. And manufacturing growth cools to nearly 1 year low. And according to the DA, maximum SRP for imported rice may drop further. And the Supreme Court rules versus restrictions on media accreditation in customs case. According to Cardinal Advincula, he will lead the Ash Wednesday Mass. And misleading medical advice rampant on TikTok and Instagram, according to studies. So, palihog mo ayog pagpangita mo sa inyong medical advice sa TikTok o sa Instagram, okay? Almost 1,400 gun ban violators have been nabbed, and gunfights disrupt first day of the Ramadan in troubled Moro Town. These are the latest headlines sa atong mga news outfits all over the country. According to the Philippine News Agency, DSWD, honors role of women in nation building. And tighter mining rules, higher industry contribution pushed in the Senate. And government ID database to improve security in SIM registration, according to Globe. And House making strides in pro-women legislation. And strong survey ratings show Reds failed to demonize the armed forces of the Philippines. According to Bucor, they deploy 76 SAF members, or SAF members, I should say, to Mindoro prison to boost security. And Provincial Board wants Agri-Fishing Council institutionalized in Antique, and 2.4 million smuggled fuel seized in Zamboanga, Basilan. Claim on Palawan as part of Chinese territory a propaganda, according to the AFP spokesman. These are the latest headlines sa ato mga news outfits all over the country. According to Manila Bulletin, Lacson speech, Philippines should pursue mutual defense treaties with other countries and incentivize to urbanize. Mayor Abby to push for incentives for companies to hire locally. And 20 million pesos of marijuana shabu seized in Cordillera in 1 week. And Cebu City kicks off underground cabling project. Mayor encourages Malaysian Muslims to visit Boracay, and the Philippines hosts US and Japan and Australia in Core 4 meet to align military drills. These are the latest headlines from Manila Times. Dengue fast lanes activated in Bulacan, and Ginconsulta program covers 1.4 million residents. Marcos allots 1 billion for road repair in Albay, and town seeks to end of fossil fuel pollution. And 6 pushers yield 2.2 million illegal drugs in Central Luzon, and 5 Chinese nabbed for illegal mining. Mo ka na ang mga latest headlines sa ato ang mga news dailies, newspapers, broadsheets, and news outfits nationwide. Now let's go to the latest headlines in our very own Sunstar Cebu. These are the headlines sa ato ang Sunstar Cebu. Karong adlaw, March 4, 2025. Business affected by the CBRT to get paid. Compensation will be covered by first tranche the World Bank downloaded to the Cebu City government for the purchase of lots for the project's road right-of-way. Businesses that will be affected by the Cebu Bus Rapid Transit, or CBRT, will be compensated for the loss of income as a result of the project's implementation. This was disclosed by Cebu City Mayor Raymond Alvin Garcia during a press con yesterday at City Hall. They will also pay for the loss of income even to the last employee of all those establishments, he said. He said that the World Bank has already downloaded almost 800 million pesos to the city government for the first tranche of the whole 28.78 billion pesos budget for the CBRT project. When asked if the city would provide a relocation site for affected businesses, the mayor said that this is no longer part of the mandate of the city's or the city government. I don't know about the World Bank if they're willing to, but on the side of the city, wala na tay i-provide. We won't provide any relocation, he said. Sunstar reached out to CBRT projects management head Norvin Imbong for details on the affected businesses, but the latter had not responded to messages as of press time. According to Wikipedia, a feasibility study that was conducted by World Bank in 2012 said areas affected by the road right-of-way or road widening were marked with varying measurements ranging from less than a meter to 13 meters. Those with BRT stations have larger BROWs. The BROW is also expected to displace many houses and establishments and remove more than 2,000 roadside trees. That's the latest headlines sa ato ang Sunstar Cebu. And that wraps up ang ato ang Tops Media Center Top of the Morning News Bites. Tune in again tomorrow for more News Bites only here on 105.1 TMC, the best of us.